Hi, everyone, and good afternoon. Today is the 6th of March, 2021, and we have, what's your name, Mary?
Okoror.
There
Hello.
we go. Mary, hi. Today, you're going to tell us about the joys of homeschooling, the joys. Of all the parents that have been homeschooling, you're one of the parents I've seen commenting or rather posting on Facebook that you enjoyed it and you're going to miss it when the children go back to school. So I don't know, but I would like also to hear from other parents in future. But one thing I can say about you, Mary, is I have had first experience with you in the way you parent, in the way you do your routines with your children. So I can commend that. And I think that's one of the things you've been missing. So, in terms of homeschooling, yeah, what is one of the most either courageous thing you've ever done or most challenging thing you've ever done?
Well, as a parent, hello everyone. As a parent, being a parent in the first place is courageous. It's you being courageous. It's not an easy work. It's not something that everybody finds easy, but you are courageous just being a parent. So you must
Mhm.
applaud yourself for it. I have been, blessed to have two lovely boys, and it's not been 100% easy, but I can say that I enjoy being a parent. I enjoy being their mother. I think one thing that's helped me a lot is, all the routines, and I think my mindset about parenting, it's helped me a lot. And yeah, challenging. It's everything in life is challenging, but with children, because it's getting to know them, getting to know yourself as well. So, a few times we've had challenges, but we've been able to overcome them, by refocusing ourselves. So, yes, it is a courageous thing being a parent.
So I'm going to just maybe ask and bring you into alignment with the specifics. So in that
Okay.
particular time of homeschooling, I know I should have started with the joys because the title is the joys of homeschooling, but I'm going to start with the challenging. Is there one specific challenge you can be able to talk about during this particular season of lockdown?
Okay. Yes. There has been, as we all know, there's been about three different lockdowns. We call it lockdown number one, lockdown number two, and lockdown number three. Now, lockdown number one wasn't so much okay, it started when I think we were going into the Easter holiday. And then when we came back, everybody's still trying to get the grasp of all the homeschooling, the new word homeschooling, because we had no choice then. Everywhere was on standstill. And we were actually shielding because my first son, he has an underlying health condition. And he also has a speech delay. So he's trying to catch up in school. So just trying to navigate everything within the lockdown, it was a little bit challenging, but I must say, I absolutely loved the time I had with them because I feel before the lockdown, life was too busy. We couldn't just stop and just relax and be, parents and just be children. So, but the lockdown, I feel it helped all of us to actually bond together, to do things, that we would probably not normally have time to do. Then the second lockdown, they were in school, so there wasn't much difference. Now the highlight of it all, I think, that I feel so overjoyed about, has been the third lockdown. It came, as sort of a shock, I would say. We weren't expecting it because the government had been telling us that we're going back to school. The children will go back to school. And then all of a sudden, you're not going back to school. And now with me, a few days before, I usually don't change their routine. Even when they're on holiday, we carry on as normal. Their bedtimes, their eating routine, everything is still kept the same. We're relaxed, but then everything is kept the same. So I had been preparing them, school uniform, preparing them mentally. You're going back to school to see your teachers, your friends, and all that. And then that night, when the announcement was made, we were all absolutely devastated. My boys actually cried, bless them. But, I had to sort of encourage them, don't worry, we'll all be fine. And now trying to, put things in place with my work, with whether or not they will be able to go into school at all, because schools were still open to key workers. So as a key worker, technically I should be able to send them to school. But my own, with my first son, underlying health condition, and then his speech delay, we had to risk assess to see, how we're going to manage the whole situation. Now, for school to have him, they have to risk assess, and we're able to offer him a few hours here and there, just to help him not to be backwards in school when eventually they go back. And it meant that he had to have a one to one. Now, with the youngest, he had to stay at home. Even though I could send them, but like I said, it's all the risk assessments, isn't it? So, I had to keep the younger one, and with work, then I have very understanding clients, very understanding parents, and we're able to, navigate it. And I was able to take a few days, 2 days in a week to just try and homeschool. I lost money, but I mean, the children come first here. So, but trying to do that, I mean, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, because there's been times that, I think with this experience, the children have learned, to take their work seriously. Because with me working, I work with little children, so it was hard to actually homeschool primary, because I have to sit down with them. So sometimes I'll be finishing work, and then quickly the next 30 minutes it was like rush hour trying to get some work done. And also we had the teachers actually encouraging us to, don't stress yourself, do as much as you can do, and it strengthened our parent, to teachers relationship, which was really good, because the teachers sometimes will be talking to them till about 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Mm, mhm.
Yeah, that was a blessing, and it's been lovely. It has been fun.
Yeah, listening to you, Mary, even the challenges themselves to you seems like they were joys because it's like you overcame them. You're still smiling. You're talking about them with so much like, yeah, joy. Yeah, So I wanted to ask you what was the most enjoyable, but you've mentioned quite a number of them, like getting to know your kids and relating with them, working with the teachers. So the other question I would like to ask you is, what is one advice you would give parents, particularly that group of parents that I know you want to coach, to educate, to support? I know you're a child professional educator, and I've experienced some of your lessons. Sometimes I wish I was a child myself, or I had a child that I can bring into your classes. So, what is one advice you would give parents?
One advice, I think, over the lockdown, I have learned something very important. I've learned to just relax. It is okay to relax. I know in the past it was like when you're relaxing, it seems like you're being lazy. It is good to relax, because when you're relaxed, when you have a clear mind, then the children can benefit from you. You're all not stressed, you're not shouting, the children are not over the roof. So we need to learn to just relax. With my kids, I mean, I've worked better with them when I'm actually relaxed. They know when mommy says mommy needs to rest for 5 minutes, they know mommy needs to rest. And they give me that time to rest. Even them, they are learning to relax. The other day, my son said to me, Mommy, I need some time alone. And honestly, I left him. When I came back and I said, have you had your time? He was like, not yet. And I left him until he was ready, and he came for a cuddle. So we need to learn to relax. Then we can give our all to our children. So, yes, relax. It is challenging having children, but it is rewarding. Make it fun, make it enjoyable, make it, everything we do on a daily basis. Children can actually do one thing or the other. It may not be 100%, but Get them involved. They enjoy it, So yeah, relax. Look after yourself.
Mary, I like this, and we could go on and on and on and on. But because this is something we're just starting a conversation, and I would like
Yeah,
parents to come with questions and just anything that they would like to be supported with. And I know you have big plans in future, like I said, to coach, to support, to educate, and even to educate children online. What I'm going to do is stop here for now and thank you so
okay.
much for your time. Yeah, and
Thank
hopefully in the next session, we will be talking about specific issues that parents could be facing. And Mary, I hope you'll be having the answers. And then we'll be also looking at the old style homeschooling, or rather,
you.
old style parenting. I come from in between the very old and the modern. You're a newer parent, yeah,
Yeah,
parenting in the West. So there is a cross cultural thing, change from the African perspective to the European perspective and all that. We'll be talking about discipline. So for those who will be wanting to hear more from Mary, look forward for the next session. Thank you so much, Mary, for this afternoon.
thank you.
And I've enjoyed your chat and your radiance. So thank you so much. Yeah, thank
Thank you
you.
for it, as always. Thank
Yeah.
you.